Rappy on the beat.
Yeah. We got a special guest in the building today. My guy, Low Steve. New Orleans finest. It's your boy, Big Rap. Let's get it. PDX Radio with your boy Big Rap, man. We are in the building, man. I got a special guest in here with me today. I got my guy. Man, introduce yourself. I don't even want to do it. I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
Like my dog always called me, his player partner, Low Steve, New Orleans, Louisiana, Mr. Old School Player Vibes himself.
Hey. Shout out to my guy, Low Steve, man.
Banging through your speakers, it's the streets, DJ
he's got
Rappy
them
on the
player vibes for you, man. For sure, man. Tell the people where you from, fam. I'm pretty sure they can tell by the theme of the background that I put on here. Let them know where you from, though.
So, New Orleans, Louisiana, by way of the Ninth Ward. I got to shout out the section.
Yeah.
We always feel like we're not a part of Louisiana, but geographically, we're in Louisiana. We're not the capital, but we should be.
Yeah.
New Orleans.
So let's talk about your music a little bit. All right. So your music has strong influences from the 70s and 80s. So what drew you to that era? And second part to that question, how do you balance those classic vibes with contemporary hip hop?
Ooh. So most of us grew up around our grandparents. It's just one of them things where I vividly remember like riding in my grandma Buick, hearing like Al Green and hearing Smokey Robinson. Man, I would have to sit down and write a list of all these different artists and all these different groups in particular, the Whispers, the OJs, the Commodores, the Miracles, which Smokey Robinson came out of. Man, the list is long. Johnny Taylor.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's a bunch of them ones. A whole bunch of legends. I'll get into the actual balance of it. Man, I don't know. Like I've found a way to I guess I'll say my ear for beat selection.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what helps me balance, to be honest with you. I don't feel like I'm doing anything special, I guess, because that's the gift that I have. I guess. So it don't seem special to me, but a lot of listeners kind of get sick of music sounding the same, if that makes sense.
That makes 1,000 as a DJ. That makes 1,000% sense.
So I think that's what helps me with the balance of that, because I don't necessarily sound like a hip hop artist in this current generation. So, but in saying that, I've kind of found a balance of not sounding too old school, but also having, I guess, a modern type of vibe too, where people can still resonate with it without it feeling like, man, I feel like I'm stuck in the 90s.
Yeah. Nah, you definitely have a unique sound, and your beat selection is, I would say, A1, bro. A1. Definitely. So let me ask you, songs like Canal Street Motion and Home Alone Raps show a lot of introspection. What's your story behind those tracks?
So Canal Street Motion, Canal Street, Bourbon Street, the French Quarters, the Superdome. If people don't know anything about Louisiana, if you say New Orleans, those are some of the few things that they're gonna start mentioning. And they're gonna mention Mardi Gras, which we're currently in
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
They're gonna mention the Superdome. They're gonna mention Canal Street, Bourbon Street, and the French Quarters. So Canal Street in specific is, I don't know if that's one of the longest streets in the United States. If my memory serves me correct,
Mm-hmm.
but it's definitely one of the most diverse streets in the world,
Yeah.
where you have fashion, you have food. I mean, you just have a strip full of culture.
Yeah.
You know, you gonna hear music all around. You might have somebody who said, "Well, there was too many people performing in the French Quarter, so I'm gonna go on Canal and tap dance or play a saxophone."
Yeah.
It's a lot of moving parts, and it's really interesting, like for people who haven't been here or don't know anything about here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but all in the same, it's a it's a daytime vibe to Canal Street.
Yeah.
It's also a nighttime vibe, whereas once the sun goes down, you're in a totally different place.
Yeah.
So the mood switch. So that's the background and the motivation of a Canal Street motion.
Yeah.
Home Alone raps came about due to being motivated by, I would say, Mariah Carey.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime Halloween comes around, we take Mariah Carey out the freezer and we thaw her out so that we could hear her Christmas classic.
Yeah.
I feel that like back in like the 80s, we had Christmas raps like Run DMC, and I mean, it's like man, I remember being a kid and like hearing them like on the radio around Christmas time because they running that Christmas joint. Like, hey, put on that Run DMC
That Christmas
joint.
in Hollis. That's my
Yes,
my
sir.
jam right there.
Yes, sir. And it's timeless. So I say, you know what? I should create something that would revolve around something that makes Christmas unique and special to me.
Yeah.
My two favorite Christmas movies would probably be Home Alone, or top three favorite Christmas movies would be Home Alone 1 and 2
Mm-hmm.
and Friday After Next. So,
Oh, that's my
so
jam.
I was like,
Oh,
I was
that's
like, I
my
gotta
movie
get-
right there.
I'm like, I gotta find one of them joints that's gonna resonate and really give me inspiration, because I don't just sit and write.
Yeah.
Like when I was younger, I did. Now I'm motivated by stuff that's going on actively in my life.
Yeah.
So I'm really chilling around. Home Alone come on TV, and what Hulu did was
Shout out to Hulu.
Hulu dropped Home Alone for streaming like super late into the Christmas time. I'm like, bro, after like Halloween, bro,
Uh-huh.
I need that on streaming.
Yeah.
But they waited late, so when they finally put it on, I watch it and I'm just playing around. I'm like, man, they about to get these Home Alone raps. I get like midway through, no lie, I get like midway through watching Home Alone,
Uh-huh.
and then boom, I'm like fire off top. As I'm walking through the door, these my Home Alone raps. We taking flight all aboard. I'm
Let's
like, oh,
go.
it's
Let's
over.
go.
It's over. It's over.
Let's go.
I'm
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep. I'm like, yep, I got one. So now it put me in a space, whereas this year I'm already thinking about marketing that song as soon as Halloween over. I'm like, hey, I'm shooting a video. We rocking Christmas sweaters. Unfortunately, it don't snow in Louisiana like that, and we already got our snow day.
Yeah.
So the video not gonna have snow in it. So
Damn.
unfortunately, I would probably have to. I'll probably have to fly up there by you to try to look for
Oh
some
yeah,
snow
come
or
on. We
something.
got we got mountains mountains and everything out here, man. It's always snowing. Look, so I'm gonna ask you, so your music has been Shazammed nearly 800 times across the country. How do you stay connected with your fans and as your audience grows?
Man, I kid you not. Sometimes it it seems like a struggle now because it feel like it just didn't happen overnight in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I definitely try my best to just be active and constantly engage in them because
Mm-hmm.
they don't have to support me for one, and I definitely recognize that.
Yeah.
So now I'm looking for new ways to constantly connect with them because I knew that Shazam was a tool,
Yeah.
but I didn't realize until it actually happened for me.
Yeah.
Whereas it's like, whoa, hold on. So they Shazamming me, and then it's segueing them into all of my music, all of my social media. And now I literally have to engage from not just like say Instagram. I gotta go to YouTube and check my
Yeah.
messages. I gotta go to Facebook and check my messages because people like I got here from Shazam or I got here from I'm like, man,
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't know that system was that diverse, bro.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What shocked me one time about me is that I check my Shazam stuff all the time. I use Muse. I think it's Muso AI is the
Mhm.
name of
Oh
the
yeah,
site.
yeah, 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 yeah. I'm
Yeah.
familiar with that.
Yeah, so I was checking mine one day, fam, and that motherfucker told me I have 41,000 Shazams
Whew,
in a matter of like 3 days.
jeez,
In a span of like 3 days, I had like 41,000 Shazams,
that's
and I
crazy.
couldn't figure out what it was. But then I started noticing the spike in my Spotify. I noticed
Hmm.
the spike in my Apple Music. I was getting followers on all my socials. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like a wave. I didn't understand what was going on or why it was happening. But I know that a lot of times, like, so you have music on like streaming platforms, right?
Hmm.
All right, so I know a lot of times with streaming platforms, if you're distributed through like I don't know per se DistroKid, I'll just throw that out there.
Yeah.
DistroKid will take your stuff and they'll throw it to other countries, to other places outside of the U.S.
Mm,
And that's that. So that's
yeah.
one cool fun fact that I found out about Shazam and like your distribution. You know what I mean? They'll go ahead and send your stuff out overseas. These overseas and places that are not in the U.S. They'll air your
Yeah.
stuff on their radio and they'll play it like as a background music and stuff like that. And people Shazamming you all over the place. See?
Oh, that's crazy. You
Yeah.
know what though? That actually makes sense because I've literally looked and I'm like, wait, I'm playing in like Africa. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
what? Like, I'm not even
Yeah.
marketing out there.
Come on. Come on.
But that makes sense.
So let me ask you, if you could do a song with anybody, dead or alive, who would you do a song with?
Oh,
You can pick more than one too.
oh. Um, Off top, first person I thought about was Biggie.
Let's go.
Simply because even though I'm 34, so Biggie would probably be close to 20 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
I was heavily influenced. Like my actual pen, he was more of a lyricist than I would say a hit maker.
Yeah.
Like they had to be like, nah, bro, you gotta drop some joints for the club. You gotta drop some joints for the girls. Like you can't just be being like super, super, super lyrical. But also, man, I remember like being a teenager and like asking my parents to take me to Best Buy so that I could buy Life After Death double disc CD so I could run it in my CD player.
That was my
And
jam
just
right
like
there
listen,
too.
bro, like just I mean the the wittiness, the creativity, but while also do first of all, Biggie was super player too.
Yeah, he was.
He was super player
Yeah,
too.
he
Like, yo,
was.
that's another thing. Um, so for sure, Biggie, um, I'll I'll keep that as my only dead artist simply because he came to my mind immediately.
Yeah.
And so, oh man, I am tripping. I got two, and this one hurt me. This one hurt me all the time. Nip, Nip. How
Shout
could
out
I
to Nip.
forget that? Like, nah, man, I gotta say Nip. I gotta say Nip because the the mentality of Nip aligns directly to who I am.
Yeah.
as a man, as a father, like as an artist, like it literally I resonate with Nip in a sense of when you get to a certain position in life,
Mm-hmm.
you don't even have to reach back for nobody. And off the strength that he did, and I mean, when I was a little bit younger than I am now, I went through them phases like, man, I have a career, I make money. Why
Mm-hmm.
am I out here trying to help people who don't want to help themselves?
Yeah.
But then I stopped and I was like, well, what if somebody felt that way about you? And they ain't reach back to help you?
Yeah.
Like, and that's Nip. So nah, for sure. Big and Nip. I could not, man, if I would have finished this interview and didn't mention his name as somebody who I wanted to work with, I'd have been sick. But now, as far as living,
Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm interested in here right now.
as far as living, everybody player. So
Come
I gotta name Currency first, because Currency is from New Orleans, one.
Yeah.
And two, like when I was a kid, people used to always tell me I look like Currency. Like my cousins are like his age, some of my
Yeah.
first cousins, and they'd be like, "Man, you look like a rapper named Spitter." And like I was little, I'm like, I don't know who he is. But then like when I got older, man, I'll go places and people be like, "You know who you look like?" And I'll be like, Currency, and they'll be like, "How you know?" And I'm like, because my cousins used to always tell me that. I'm like, I kind of see it and I kind of don't, but that's what people say. Currency, Larry June, Rick Ross, because people always tell me what the deepness of my voice and the
Hit him
beat
with
selection,
the
Ross vibes.
Yeah.
Devin the Dude,
Definitely
Wiz
Devin.
Khalifa.
Yeah.
Who else I'm missing? I know it's some Jadakiss.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Ooh,
that's one of my all-time favorite MCs right there.
definitely Kiss. Who else? Who else I'm missing? Who else I'm missing? Man, I'm just trying to work with everybody who on the same wave as me,
I
to
know
be
that's
honest with
right.
you, because there's so many. Man, I be stumbling upon artists, and I'd be like, "Well, I never heard of Dude, because Dude was so fire.
Yeah.
Dude was so fire. I don't." But I name those because people always. Those are the most tagged people in like the comments of my music.
Okay.
Like so much so, excuse me, so much so that sometimes fans don't understand like that like some of the stuff that they say to artists can come off as disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like, cause I for sure like Currency and probably Larry June are the two people who people always be like, man, Currency got a whole lot of kids, and I'd be like, bro, respectfully, I'm like, bro, I'm like a few years younger than this man. Like, I
Yeah.
can't be a kid to somebody I'm almost the same age with. But two, I feel like I have my own sound. Like, y'all take people who have a player vibe and say that we all sound like each other, but we all sound different.
Yeah. And speaking about player, you got a song called Player's Pain, right? That you sent us for us to play today. Probably one of my favorite songs by you right now. That one in Thriller Bag. That's my other, that's my other favorite one. I gotta give a shout out to Thriller Bag, man, because that's my jam right there, man. Straight up. Give me 2 seconds. We're gonna go ahead and get you all lined up here, man. Hold up. There we go. Boom. All right. Now we got you all set up. So you want to go ahead and introduce your song, man? We'll go ahead and get that on right now.
Yes, sir. The next song y'all about to hear is Player's Pain by myself, Low Steve, New Orleans, Louisiana, old school player vibes.
Let's go.
Banging through your speakers, it's the streets.
Old school
DJ
player
Rappy
vibes.
on the beat.
Player's Pain. So much pain in this world that make you go insane. I flow so fluid
one of the best to do it. She a faucet when I'm rhyming, cause I talk her through it. Big boss, I took some losses, but the win's been super. Self-made, self-paid, that's just how I maneuver. Trying to give my son the world, cause the world ain't gon' come to him. Since 2019, for his life I bring that gun to you. No words, a eulogy get brung to you. I craft pain, God cry when I write it down. They all dogs till they neutered, though I grip a pound. Broke your dog legs, then show 'em mercy, yes I put 'em now. Rapping like this, my name ringing through the streets now. Money just be falling, I catch it like a rebound. I've been the GOAT, the world just gon' see now. If you in the past, I don't remember like I'm senile. The biggest player, the game need renovating. And I'm a breath of fresh air like a ventilator. Yeah.
Yo.
So much pain in this world that make you go insane. So much pain in this world that make you go insane. Old school player vibe shit.
Yo. Hello, Steve. Look, man. That shit player as hell, man. I ain't gonna hold you, man. That shit player as hell, man. Like, straight up. That's just straight player vibes. That's one thing I love about your music, man, is that you always, like I said earlier in the show, man, your beat selection, like, bro, insane. Bananas. I don't know how you be picking your beats or who produces your shit, but bananas. Definitely bananas, man. Hey, give a shout out to who you want to shout out right now.
Oh, first of all, I'm gonna shout out you first.
Hey,
because you didn't have to have me here.
Yeah.
So I find it to be a true honor and a privilege to be here on Portland, Oregon's own PDX Radio. So
Come
I
on
gotta
with
shout
it.
you out.
Come on with
I
it.
definitely gotta shout you out first. Secondly, you know what? I'm gonna keep it general and I'm gonna shout out everybody supporting me because I can't even begin to put one specific name on all of the people who then literally had a hand on this journey.
Yeah.
There's so many, and I mean, seen and unseen. Like I was telling you, you was talking to me about spending my stuff at the strip club. I'm like, I didn't know nothing about that. There's a lot of stuff that goes on with people supporting me that I have no clue about.
Oh yeah.
So I'm grateful for all of it.
I think I might be responsible for a few of them Shazams.
Oh no, hey,
I ain't even gonna lie.
Show the demographics, bro. Show the demographics.
Let's go. Man, let the people know where they can find you right now.
Y'all can find me on streaming platforms. It's Low Steve. That's LO$TEVE. If you do use a S, it'll still bring me up. But for the most specific search, Low Steve, LO$TEVE. On all social media, my name is the same. So Low Steve, OSPV. That's LOSTEVE, OSPV.
I'm gonna make sure I have that
everything
displayed right here on the screen so they can see that when we put this video out, man. Hey, Low Steve, man, I appreciate you rocking with me, man. I appreciate you being here 1,000%, man. We're gonna do this again. We definitely gonna do this again, man. When
I gotta take a flight there so we could do it.
Come on, get you in the guillotine, man. Put you right back over here on this screen, man. We make this shit happen, man. Let's do it. Man, hey, I'm Big Rap. That's my guy, Low Steve. I'm pointing the wrong direction. That's my guy, Low Steve.
Old school player vibe shit.
And we out this motherfucker, man. Hey, appreciate you, bro.
I really rap. Let's get straight to the facts.
Lift your hands and say
I got hellfire in my eyes. They don't praise the shine, but gon' laugh when they show demise. Running up a check to the sky.